Good morning. This is Pitbull, MilitaryVeteransRadio.com. Today, I'm going to bring you a special story that kind of touched me. Now, I reached out to her, and I got me a little list, and she sent me some information. I explained to her what I was going to do. But before we get into all that, I want you to sit back and watch us. Now, I know some of you might get a little mad because it came off of Fox News. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Of all the stations, news stations or anything, there ain't no other station that cares more about the veterans, their work, what happens, or how they're treated than Fox. And if I volunteer at a radio station to do my best for these people who are willing to sacrifice their life, their freedoms, to make sure that I can stay free, my family can stay free, and I got the right to make this video, well, I'm going to back them and I'm going to watch them. I don't care what anybody thinks. But at least try to have an open mind and understand the story that I'm about ready to show you. Now, this is going to be one. I'm going to back out of the picture a little bit because I want you to see the whole effects of this story and what it truly means. And then I'll let you know exactly what I need you to do. Now, sorry about that. Now I'm going to bring this a little closer here so you can see.
Bring the national anthem in all 50 states, including right here on Fox and Friends.
And now, for the third year in a row, Janine Stang is asking Americans to write letters to our 72 Living Medal of Honor recipients.
Joining us now is motivational speaker Janine Stang and retired Command Sergeant Major Gary Lee Luttrell, awarded the Medal of Honor for his service in Vietnam. Both of you.
Wait, did you see that right there? Nice cross. That's what this is about. Understand?
Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Command Sergeant Major, I'll know you'll understand ladies first. So I you are most deserving, but she wins in this manner. Janine, talk to us about this effort. You want folks to write letters to Medal of Honor recipients.
Yes, I'm inviting people all over the nation to adopt a Medal of Honor recipient. I feel like National Medal of Honor Day is March 25th. Okay. And I'm singing at some of the events that they're having towards the end of the month. So I'm going to hand deliver everyone's letters to our Medal of Honor recipients.
Very cool. Then you've got a couple of those letters that you can read for us. If this is actually to the Command.
Yes, so I got one for you. This one said, "Courageous, brave, selfless, and love for your country. You are an encourager, and that's what helped you gain your medal. You reminded everyone that it was not the time to give up. You saved many lives, and I thank you."
Wow, that's sweet. What does it mean to you that there's an effort like this that recognizes the amazing things that men like you did?
You know, it has two meanings, Pete. One, it's an honor for us to get letters from the kids, saying thank you. But I think more than anything, it's Janine getting to the kids and getting them to think patriotic. And so it's not about us, it's about the kids. And if the kids have a patriotic heart and they write these letters, that means an awful lot to me.
It's so true. I mean, patriotism in some areas of our country is actually considered a bad thing. This is a time where we really need to foster that. This is a really interesting way to get children to start to love our country and understand why.
And you have another letter you're going to read to us.
Yeah, so this one is interesting. This is to Captain Marm, who's also a Medal of Honor recipient. This is from somebody who served under him. He said, "It was an honor to have served with you during my tour in Vietnam. I was a 19-year-old that had never been away from home, and you taught us more than we will ever know." So this is somebody that was under him that actually is connecting with him through this. So it's not just kids, it's anyone that wants to say, you know what can I do to give back? Well, one way to start is read their citations,
Yes.
and learn what they've done.
And
Real life action heroes, sorry.
How can people get involved? Just before we run out of time, I want to make
Yeah,
sure
sure.
that they can get involved to help honor people.
So you
like
go to my
this.
website, it's JanineStang.com, and then you're going to click, there's these Medal of Honors, you can't miss it on the top right hand side. If you're on your cell phone, it's in the middle top, and what you're going to do is click that, and then it's going to take you, if you're an individual, you can pick as many Medal of Honor recipients as you want, and if you're a group, you just got to fill in the group form so that we can kind of make sure they're all dispersed.
We're running out of time,
Okay, sorry.
Master Major. We need to have you back to hear just your story, because they don't just hang that medal around anybody. You did something amazing for our country. Last words on this.
Well, it's good to be a Medal of Honor recipient and get involved with the Medal of Honor Society. We have an awful lot of good programs going now. Our Citizens Hero Award, our Veterans Outreach, our Character Development, where we get Medal of Honor recipients into the schools.
Love it.
Command Sergeant Major, I have
Thank you.
one thing to say to you. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
Careful what you post online.
Now, as we come back into here, that was the plea. Now, I watched this plea on Fox News, and it got me to thinking. I do military veterans radio. What was more shocking is actually going to this site. If you come over here to her page, you'll come and see. You'll see the Medal of Honor. Right here is a group form application or a single. You can fill them out. It's really good, and you should do it. Really, you should. And why should you do this? Let's think about this. This country was founded on the individual rights of the one. So that means that there are certain people who volunteered to make sure that the individual rights of the one would always stand free. You got to pick and choose how you lived, how you wanted to be prosper, what kind of family or what kind of God you wanted to believe in, was all done on the backs of people who volunteered because they believed wholeheartedly in the freedom and the right of this country that gives it. These men that they're talking about is the Medal of Honors. To even get a medal in a war, you gotta be spectacular. You gotta do something in the face of great danger. It's extraordinary. You're not just doing your job. The heart, the sacrifice, and the instant to think of others before theirself. That's the ticket here. Dude, if you understand anything, these are the top people, the men and women who made sure that this country stayed as free as it has. And when they talk about the pride of the youth or the children being proud of their country and sticking up for them, that's what they hope for, It's the legacy. Is there another man or woman willing to sacrifice everything for another human being? Do you believe that you had the right to speak, to live, or to do anything without people like this, who are willing to do what it takes above and beyond the call of normal duty, just to save a brother in arms or the freedoms that we have here at home? What amazed me was when I came to hear this list. And I started looking at this list. Here are names. This is a government page. It has the full listing of all of them that have ever gotten the Congressional Medal of Honor. These are Medal of Honor winners. The highest and the most bravest. I'm going to tell you this right now. You ask any single one of them, they'll tell you they're not a hero. Because the true heroes are the ones that never came home. We got graveyards filled of men and women who have done this for us. Two things I only ever wanted to do in my life was either play football or join the service. My life didn't have that in the cards for me. I made a split-second chance choice that ended both of that. Now it's kind of funny, how things ever work, because in the long run, I never thought I'd be a DJ neither. I go join a war game because, you love that comrade. You meet a DJ. Got good songs, you just didn't know how to put them together. I sit there and tells me I'm being cocky. Come sign up a list. Sign up a list. Well, okay. I did a show. Next thing you know, I'm doing radio. On my own. Never knew I had to get through the ticket. And then I get stolen from those radio stations by a promise to do something I've always wanted to do. Serve my brothers that served my freedom. I do militaryveteransradio.com. Now I get to do one last deed before I get to go. And I'm so proud to do this. On Saturday, I'm going to start reading some of these names. These are the names that are gone. These are the sacrifices and people who have left. Now on the 25th, it is the Medal of Day honor. They shouldn't be honored for one day. They should be honored for every day. That's my opinion. You can come to your own, but that's my opinion. This right here, on the 25th, there are 76 living today that have this medal. Every day from that day forth, on one of my shows, since I'm not a great writer, I'm a talker, I'm going to sit here and give them a day of honor. I will read a name of a living Medal of Honor starting from the 25th. On that day, all day for me, he will be our hero of the day. Until all of them have been read. This Saturday on the Snowflake Show, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You gotta look it up in the UK because we're in that hour delay mess up here. No, until the 31st, and then you catch back up to my time. And then I got the right time. So actually you're an hour earlier than before. So, just so you know, it's 4 hours later instead of 5. I will be starting this show. I'm going to read some of these names off. And I got a very special song that I want all yous to hear. So what I'm asking for you to do is to write those letters. Maybe say a post. If you got a post you want to post, post it to me. You know one of these living relatives' favorite song, post it to me. I want to make sure I get it on their day. I can't do much. I don't have much, except for time and some knowledge of some music. I try to honor you the best I can, but I always thank you. You know, when I got to do this job and this thing, I come back to a friend that I know. And the thing that always hurt me the most, people don't go and see them on Veterans Day or Memorial Day. They don't go and see the people that actually served. These days were meant for them to be honored. Grew up, you know, down around on the streets. I had a friend. Now, of course, I'm not going to talk about nothing. He was drafted into the Vietnam War. But I knew he served. And he didn't complain about serving. Went down to stop in to see him one time. It was on one of these days. Today, you know, he don't got that many people left, couple sisters. He's there all by himself. I go down there just to visit him because it's his day. He served. How you doing? I come to have a cup of coffee, a drink with my friend. I wanted to thank you for this day. I was kind of young, but it touched me. Because this is a man living in the projects, a homes. Okay, a veteran. He's living in the projects and the homes. This man has served. That day, because he never talks about Vietnam, he won't talk about his service, he won't talk about what he did. You just don't do that, because you didn't do it for that. Comes out, and he showed me a day, because he was watching a parade on TV. He had a tear in his eye. Comes up, pulls open this little box, opens it up. Had a purple heart in it. Never knew. Man's wounded in combat and having to live down in the homes. Man, I got the first chance to serve. It was only radio, playing music for him. You know, because there's nothing better than music to help a person with post-traumatic stress disorder. Nothing. Music is one of the soothingest beasts of all time. You know, it's one of the ways to help that I felt that I could do. That was my part. That's all I had. What's your part to honor these people that paid for your freedom? I got children. Do you got some? How is it that they're free? Who's going to make it free for them? Or who's going to keep it free for their grandchildren? Think about this. if we don't teach the truth on how we saved our democracy and the men and women that sacrificed their lives or did grave braveries, true heroes, not some fake superhero that you read in a comic book, not some ideology bullcrap or fantasy land. True living heroes who only thought of the other, not themselves, the other. What have you done for them? Can you do something? Maybe you don't got nothing, but you got a little bit of time. Please, come in, honor them. Say thank you to them. Go to Jamie's place, her site, write a letter, post a video. Get a class and a group of kids together and do something nice. This is Monster Rock Pitbull. I'm going to start it Saturday. Let's see who all wants to join me. God bless. And remember, freedom was never free. It was paid by the sacrifice of the volunteer, Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, National Guard. They do their jobs all over the world, every day. And still to this day, young men and women are raising this hand saying, I will defend the Constitution, the United States, and the freedom of my brothers and sisters under one flag and one Constitution. And that's the facts.